for us, me and Kirsty, as well as Shane, the other deputy head, we have been working collaboratively as an SLT team with Leslie with the vision. We've been taking that on board and then, filtering that down to teachers through teacher meetings, through inset days, as well as, working one-to-one with specific teachers. When we planned in the old days, we would plan with our subject hat on, and then we'd plan in subjects, and then we'd plan in skills, and then, anything else on top would, help us to inform our planning. We've been deconstructing that, and we're presently forming triads to be able to do a bit of action research, to be able to test things out and see what works and what doesn't work. Because we keep evolving and we keep changing, the way we approach planning. And I know that Kirsty's taken the lead on collaborative planning for the school.
Yeah, it's very kind of structured, so it's over like a 3-week cycle. So your first week is where you sit in your department. So you've got your foundation phase teachers all together, your key stage 2. So you're putting that specialism down on paper and capturing that. The next time you meet in your AOLE groups. So like Andrew said previously, that would have been subjects, but now it's the AOLE groups, and you put in your own skill base in there. And then the third time you meet, you sit down with your kind of SEN hat on. So we sit in groups of teachers who specialise in autism, groups of teachers who specialise in your more PMLD, and then they add those kind of things in, making sure that there's coverage across the whole school of those specialism areas. And then teachers go off then and they sift through all that stuff that we've kind of gathered together, and they draw off the things that's more individual to their class and their individual learners. And then you're getting all your teachers' experience all in that one pot as well.
So it's not really subject or content driven. It's more about, thinking about what's really appropriate, where do we see them in the future, what's going to get them there.
And giving them opportunities to practice those real life authentic contexts. So things like, we've got a cafe on a Friday, and that hits loads of the AOLEs and skill base that the new curriculum offer. So our pupils use their LLC skills. They practiced using application forms to apply for a position in the cafe. They sat and had interviews with the governors, to go through that process. Then when they're in the cafe, they're practicing their ordering skills for the food. So that's what we're all about, is those blended learning experiences that give really good meaning to our kids.
I think, from our point of view, we've always been a pupil-centred school, and, we've always understood the importance of a bespoke and a curriculum, and making sure the curriculum, fits for everybody. So I think having it realised within the new curriculum, it's not one size fits all, it's quite a bespoke curriculum, and we do try our best to, to make sure, it's fit for purpose, to make sure the curriculum is fit for purpose for everybody, what is mattering to those children and what, can move them forward.
And I think the proof's been in the pudding when you see how more engaged the pupils are, and how, they love being part of activities that they've wanted to see in the curriculum. As a teacher, there's nothing better than having those smiles on those faces and having those active participants that want to be doing the learning that you're offering them.